fresh fighters, maybe a little bit green. This could be exciting. They're both really high-level teams, so we know that they wouldn't be putting them in the cage unless they were ready for this level of competition. And these guys, they would have done inter-clubs, they would have done grappling tournaments, maybe kickboxing fights, boxing fights. So sometimes you talk about amateur and people assume they're kind of, they've done a month's free trial at the gym and they're having a go, but it's not like that. These are already high-level fighters.
They've put a lot of time into this, not just a month or 2 months. Most of these guys have been training for years at a time.
And that beard takes some time to grow.
It does. I admire it. It's a good start.
And there's a question for you, Marty. Do you think a beard, like Carsten, a ring announcer as well, he's got an impressive beard, it's a little bit of cushioning on the chin?
No, I think it is a bit of cushioning on the chin.
Does it make chokes harder? Is there a little bit of cushioning from a punch? Oh, there's maybe an instant the referee's talking. It's going to be a slight delay. This is why it's good to do these amateur shows, because possibly Lockert has forgotten a gum shield, or he's not quite ready to step in the cage. And you wouldn't want to do this at the UFC. Oh, you don't want to run back to your changing room to get your gum shield. You don't see it often, ever, but on Ballerina, I think one every show we get it.
Yeah, there's always one in amateur shows, but this is the starting stage. This is their beginning steps, so to say. He's got something with his shorts.
This is him.
We'll fill it on it today. So we've got Tom Clarke in the red and black shorts, and we've got Gjermund Lockert
in the red and black shorts.
In the black dominant shorts.
Black and red. That's what they do. Tom is red and black.
And he's black dominant.
Yeah.
Weighing 61.2 kilograms. Fights out of Wolverhampton MMA, Tom Clarke. And his opponent, the fighter in the blue corner, weighing 61.2 kilograms. Fights out of Tromsø, Totti, Gjermund, Lockert. And the referee in charge, Mr. Paul Nichols.
Don't let Gjermund's baby face trick you guys. He's a tough fighter. Been really looking forward to this. This is our opening bout here at Ballerina. Champions will collide in Birmingham, Edgbaston Stadium. Wonderful venue for this.
Both fighters looking very relaxed as they enter the first round.
Oh, Gjermund's nice little jab and kick combination. Oh, Tom is possibly looking for a little bit more power. Oh, question mark kick. Love it.
Very nice set up, that question mark kick. You go into the body, but no, he actually goes to the head. You see quite a lot of fighters getting tricked out by it.
Sometimes these like opening fights on amateur shows, you see really sketchy, it's kind of somewhat like a pub fight. These guys, super technical, both guys circling, using jabs well. Footwork's really good, mixing up the techniques, like perfect question mark kicks. Like he's throwing feints, shoulder work. This is great to see from these two fighters.
This is awesome. It's setting a good example for the rest of the night. And Tom with his hands rather low, whereas Gjermund is having his hands rather high.
But if you look at Tom, I think he's almost baiting Gjermund to throw strikes. He's kind of sticking his chin out. But he knows he's a little bit taller, maybe a little slightly longer reach. He's leaning off and throwing counter strikes. But Gjermund isn't falling for it. He's keeping his hands tight. Really good fundamentals, staying light on his feet. Really good jab. But Tom's just slipping out the way every time. And now I think he's getting the timing of it just a little bit.
It's great to see both fighters settling in, getting the timing so early on in the fight. Most of the times you see it takes them a round at least. But here they're already going for it.
Tom's just throwing a little bit more viciously almost maybe, whereas Gjermund's just pacing himself that touch more, finding his range, mixing those strikes up. And it's not always great to throw everything with 100% power. You see like the Diaz brothers, they kind of pepper shots all the time and they can just keep going and keep going and keep going.
You see them leg kicks now by Tom causing a big effect. Gjermund needs to start blocking them as they are causing damage. You see a bit of reddening on the leg of Gjermund.
Both fighters kind of almost look a little bit kind of kickboxery or like slightly points fighter or taekwondo-y. Kind of lots of question mark kicks. Like not everything is huge power. Finding range really well. You are right. Gjermund is getting caught with those leg kicks. He got caught a little bit flat-footed on his front foot.
And he's throwing the jab out there, and he's lifting his right foot off the ground. He needs to watch that as his weight stays then on the front foot, leaving him vulnerable to leg kicks and head kicks, actually.
Oh, I don't know if he got tagged there. I think he was just a little bit off balance as he tried to get away from Tom's flurry. It's almost like Gjermund's got a kind of a boxing style. He's kind of slightly shorter base with his feet, that higher guard, but it does leave you open to that. Oh, great. He went for the fake takedown, tapped the inside leg of Gjermund, and then went high. That's really high-level striking. Very, very impressed by that.
Awesome to see. It's and a flurry to finish off the fight.
That's questionable on the bell. Maybe it went a little bit longer, but that was a very close round. I think you probably got to give it Tom just by just a little bit more power in his shots, and Gjermund was caught running away a couple of times, but both guys landed heavy. Tom probably a few more kicks. Gjermund was landing that jab, getting the boxing combinations going. Quite an equally matched striking, but I'm interested to see if we see some grappling in the second round and who's got the better of the mat abilities.
Yeah, it'd be great to see what happens on the ground. However, I would like to see more of that feinting for the shot than using the head kick by Tom. Proved effective there. I think I'll give the first round to Tom. He was forcing the action more. He was a bit more aggressive, kept the cage control a bit more. So, the seconds out.
He does seem the slightly bigger of the two fighters, and that does mean sometimes you can control the middle of the cage and push the other fighter away. Both guys looking pretty fresh for round two.
Tom not really pushing, going to the ground. He's catching the kick, but not doing much with it. That was a nice right hand there by Tom.
Huge flurry. I don't know if he actually tagged Gjermund or Gjermund is just off balance, but he's followed it up, landing some nice knees now, but Gjermund's working well on the inside, throwing some inside uppercuts. This is a little size difference, I think, is meaning that Tom can just hold Gjermund against the fence here, make him work really hard for it.
Well, you see a lot on these amateur shows is that if the fighter thinks they've caught the other guy, even if they haven't, they rush in for it and then end up in this underhook, overhook position against the cage, allowing the other fighter to recover. What I'd like to see Tom now is break off and strike again. Yeah,
that's a really good point, Marty, and that's why we have these amateur shows, is the guys who will build up experience levels. You know, you can get away with making a few mistakes. Your coach will watch over the tape. Even if you win easily, the coach will look over the tape, and you can evaluate and see where you could have done things a little bit better. And you might be right, in this situation, maybe Tom should have stepped off, give Gjermund just a little bit of space, because this tie-up is giving Gjermund a chance to recover.
You see here, Gjermund's not having too much trouble keeping from going to the ground. Tom's landing some nice knees to the legs. However, this is Gjermund to recover. Cage wrestling does take a lot of energy out of you.
I was very impressed by Gjermund's striking earlier, but it looked a little bit like he was sparring. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It wasn't
full of intent.
Yeah, his striking does feel like there's not as much intent as Tom has, certainly. Like, it's really technically sound. He has great footwork. Look at that jab he's throwing brilliantly. And
a nice check there.
Caught with that leg kick again, but his kicks have got some intention on it. They were lacking a little bit of power on those punches.
Yeah, it seems like he's relaxed, but maybe a little bit too relaxed.
Gjermund's coming back into this fight now after a sketchy start to the round, and maybe Tom blew his gas tank just a little bit. Both guys landing heavy jabs. Oh, Tom tried to go to the body, but Gjermund saw it coming, checked it, and landed a great shot back.
Well, a lot of people don't realise, just watching from the outside in, is when you go in for these flurries to try and finish a fighter, you are using a lot of energy, and you can come off worse at times if you don't finish the fight because you're now out of breath. Adding in the adrenaline dump that happens during the fight for most fighters, you end up not being able to perform for maybe the last round as you would in the first.
Oh, Gjermund landed a really nice little overhand right in the middle of that flurry.
There's a nice ending there to round two of the first fight here at Battle Arena.
That was really great round. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought Tom might have won that fight, and then Gjermund came back strong, rode out the storm. He's a kind of baby-faced looking dude, but he is tough as hell. Very impressed with Gjermund's toughness. And then Tom, his intensity and the viciousness with some of his strikes is really impressive. Both these guys are going to have big careers in the cage.
But yeah, both of these guys seem to have a lot of heart and no intention to stop. It's good to see from an amateur. It's brilliant to see that the average ability and the average skill level of MMA fighters, not just in England but in Europe, is increasing every year.
I'm not fighting either one of these guys. Too tough. This is interesting. Gjermund probably knows that he's 2 rounds down, or it's pretty certain he's down the second round. If I was Gjermund's coaches, I would tell him that he's 2 rounds down and needs to go for it in this third and final round.
I'd love to see how they'd fare on the ground now in the third round. Not just being stuck in in guard or being stuck in a controlling position, but actually looking to finish the fight.
I think both guys are just, you can see they're both high-level strikers. I don't think either of them wants it on the floor, really. Gjermund going for that fake takedown. I don't think it's good. He's done it 2 or 3 times, and after a while, the fake stops working. You've got to mix it up a little bit. I think Gjermund's throwing those kicks, and Tom keeps trying to catch it. Maybe he should fake the kick and then come in with punches.
I reckon, yeah, he should actually go for the takedown. So therefore, if the next time he fakes it, Gjermund will actually fall for it, as he just did there. However, now they're just stuck up against the cage. Tom having the underhook with the right arm. It's a nice push off there from Gjermund.
It's the nice thing about MMA. You get these like style versus style, and so often we get grappler versus striker, or grappler and grappler. But to have 2 high-level strikers, both guys footwork, both guys cage control, both guys combination, feints, head movement, this is great to see. And great cardio as well. Both guys still throwing bombs, combination, working hard, even in this third and final round.
Both fighters very active. Now starting throwing. Gjermund in this round seems to throw with more intent, which is good to see.
That beard is saving Tom. This is like the battle of the extremes of facial hair going on here.
Ah, it is.
The baby face versus Sparta.
Oh, it was a nice right hand there by Gjermund. I think Tom needs to just set up his question mark kicks. Maybe just a simple jab, something, or a jab to the body to get his hands a bit lower.
Tom is looking a little bit desperate now, slightly towards the end of the round. It could be cardio, looking a little bit fatigued.
Gjermund needs to finish the fight.
Gjermund's landing some great shots. Gjermund's possibly got a cardiovascular advantage in this fight. Like, he is throwing a lot more now. And then great footwork to get away, but he's been caught up against the cage here. See, now Tom's strategy, he knows he's 2 rounds up. This is where the sport of MMA comes in. Just hold him against the cage, drag out this round. Oh, Gjermund landed a big shot there in the scramble.
Tom just walking forward.
And Tom is heavy on his feet now, as Gjermund is still moving. Wow, still got some nice movement. Oh, great little counter shots by Gjermund. I want to see another round. What a shame.
Unfortunately, I think coming to the end of the round, Gjermund needed to finish that round to secure the fight. But that last round from Gjermund was good.
In the playground, whoever's winning at the end was the winner. And in my opinion, Gjermund won the last round. But I think it's probably 2 rounds to 1. And you've got to give the fight to Tom. Very close fight, though. Now, what a way to kick off this night. This is Champions Will Collide. This is a huge show, and this is the way we've started, with these 2 young guns throwing combinations of bombs at each other.
It was a really exciting matchup to see. The first match of the night. I am impressed by both guys, and I think they should be really proud of themselves, no matter what the result.
Battle Arena girls, best looking ring girls in the business, official. We did a survey, I asked myself. I went yes.
So 100% of people
100% of people agree with me. Do you agree with me, Marty?
Oh, well, I'd have to agree with you here now, Chris.
Still 100% of people.
Still 100% of people. Can't argue the statistics.
taking a little bit of time to get the score from the judges. This actually surprises me. I thought it was fairly clear, but you never know what the judges are looking for. Constantly. And even MMA is a young sport. We're still kind of changing the criteria of what we're looking for. Even recently, the kind of professional level changed the rules, and they're trying to give out 10-8s more often. And you're kind of seeing the rule set being constantly chiseled away at and refined.
Do you think any of these rounds were a 10-8 round, Chris?
No.
I don't believe so either.
I think it was 2 rounds to Tom and 1 round to Gjermund.
So after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. And we have your winner by unanimous decision for the fighter in the red corner, Tom Clarke. And please make some noise for your runner-up, Gjermund Lockert. Could have a chat then, Tom. So fight, how do you feel after that one?
I feel alright. I did what I wanted to do in the first and second. Third, cardio's questionable. And he did well. Come fight, I need to fight with him.
They're very stand-up orientated. Is that more your sort of style?
Yeah, it's more my style. My previous 2 fights I haven't really been able to display my stand-up. This time I did. And I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, well, it was a tough fight. You did catch you 1 or 2, but you was in control for most of the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's got some good hands. I didn't feel in danger, he didn't catch me, but I'm still grateful for the fact to come over.
Well, it was a great fight, and you got 3 full rounds as well, so congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your winner, Tom Clarke.